Okay, so I've got this beautiful succulent had and came tumbling down because of this little schnooks over here. But I have actually been meaning to cut it down for some time because it just got a little bit tall and lanky. It was initially like that. That part's still beautiful. So what I've done is I have just taken that piece off, and I have all these little bottom bits that I've just carefully taken off so that I'm going to propagate into some soil. And you got to try and make sure that you do a nice clean cut. That's alright. Here we go, that's better. A nice clean cut over there. Excuse my nails, all the bloody digging in the garden. And yeah, and then you just put that into some sand, and you're going to let it propagate, and it's going to start growing some roots, and then eventually you're going to get some new succulents. So I've got a whole bunch of those little pieces over there. I'm going to put that to the side. This, make sure you take all the bottom bits off, and no leaves are sitting in the water. Pop it into some water. Glass is always good, but sometimes plastic works obviously. And then we wait till roots start growing out there, and then I can start to plant it, and then it'll be a nice little smaller one. And for this little guy over here, I am going to attempt, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I am going to take off all these leaves, cut it down, and I'm going to see if it actually eventually starts growing a new head or not. So let's see. That's not the correct one, it's a random little pot plant. Yeah, and so I've chopped this little guy off. I am actually going to see if I can cut this into little pieces, and then if I can plant that, if that's going to become something. And since this one's already got roots, let's see how that happens. I'm going to try and see if I can put something on top of this to ensure that it doesn't, I think they say cinema, but that's normally at the bottom to help with root growth. I need to just double check on what one needs to do for the top so that it doesn't, you know, allow it to rot over or anything like that, and so I can just dry it out. But yeah, you can see I've actually been putting a little bit of other little succulent bits in here because that had also broken off along the lines. I'm actually just going to try and get rid of some of that because it makes it difficult for the leaves to get to the soil, and those have already calloused over. Just going to plunk that down. And yeah, there's all my little pieces. I'm going to put that into some soil. This part here is broken off, which I think should be fine. We'll soon find out. But there, it's been nicely, it's been cleanly taken off over there.